We have before us an enormously important task. This committee is not only historic, but may well establish a procedure and a precedent that will be used in the future. This is a time where our nation is facing dramatic change. At a national level, it is important that California takes a leadership position in the politics of inclusion. The position of Attorney General is one that California relies on to spearhead the legal issues confronting us. We in California face a hard, cold reality that reflects both unprecedented uncertainty and inconceivably a looming, long, and ferocious and hard-fought legal war with bloodshed stretching from the Golden State to Washington, D.C. The reason? Trump and his incoming administration are dead set on building up legal barriers and walls around all those that we, as a state, have torn down in recent years. Beyond the President Electoral College being the antithesis of the fundamental values that we represent, Mr. Trump made numerous campaign promises that directly contradict the Constitution and California law. As a consequence, the stakes for California couldn't be higher. Now more than ever, we need an Attorney General who will defend our values and stand up to the next administration's backwards vision for America.
Many around the country are looking for us to provide that leadership forward. California must continue to be a forward-leaning state. We want to build on the Affordable Care Act, not repeal it. We want to be home to the next wave of good-paying, clean energy jobs, not pollute America again. We want to stop and deter criminal behavior, not stop and frisk our young brothers based on preconceived notions. And we want to build schools, not walls and unconstitutional religious tests for our people. Everything I just mentioned, and much more, I worked on in my 24 years in Congress. Each year, I sought to vote my conscience, believing in my values, hoping I was right, having to wait years sometimes to find out I was. That meant opposing the Wall Street bailout in 2008, the Iraq War in 2003, the Defense of Marriage Act in 1996, and massive tax breaks that benefited the wealthiest Americans at the expense of everyone else. I was part of some of the monumental debates confronting our nation, from fighting for working families on the National Commission on Fiscal Responsibility and Reform to launching bipartisan immigration reform talks, from helping write our nation's health security law to beating back a 20% cut to the earned Social Security benefits of millions of disabled and veteran Americans. There are many important debates on the horizon for California. I believe my experience as a Deputy Attorney General, a legislator, those have all prepared me well to be a successful and far-sighted Attorney General for the people of our state.
There's no question in my mind that intellectually, by way of character, by way of experience, and by way of battle-testedness, Javier definitely stands out.
On a personal note, as someone whose ancestry goes back to the Little Rock Nine, almost 60 years ago, where the state of Arkansas forbid my uncle the opportunity to attend school in Little Rock Central High School, where the federal government was the one that protected him and the other 8 children. It's a little unusual for me to be in this position where, and most Californians in this position, where we fear the federal government, where they provided the 101st Airborne to escort my uncle and those brave kids to school every day. We may be in juxtaposed in the opposite position here today. But let me be clear, this committee is not for show. It's real. The governor's nominee is here today to answer tough questions necessary for him to prove to us, as representatives of California, that he has the courage, the valor, the grit and fortitude, as well as the qualifications necessary to be our legal voice on behalf of every Californian.